The Southern Sea, waving in a bright emerald color. Gumo Islands are continuing the extensive history of the archipelago with charm and zeal. The beauty from the island and an intimate life coexist at Gumo-island, the living island. The city on the sea, the beauty of the slow island is now starting. Gumo Island is the main island with the Myeon office, consisting of about 30 islands if counting the inhabited islands and the habited islands together. Through the relics of the Stone Ages uncovered from Yuseong-yu and Domuri, it tells us that this site used to be an important living site since the Stone Ages. Also, as a home of kukwe trees and wild ginsengs and deer living in herds, this island was prohibited very strictly from anyone from entering. People especially might have visited Gumo Island, controlled by the government, for hwajangmok, used for the coffins of kings, as a prohibition order was lifted in 1885. It started to be civilized quite late compared to other neighboring islands, about 130 years later. But the island has also made the greatest developments. The 5-kilometer-long natural walkway is built from Hamgumi to Dupo and Jikpo, and with a Yeondo bridge connecting on island. It's so pleasant to walk straight along the sea and take in the beautiful scenery of Gumo Island, strolling down the old romantic pathway. The issue which cannot be excluded in the island, which encompasses the beauty of the slowness, is the safe food which originates and grows directly on the island. Chuinamul, which whets the appetite of those who lost it in the spring. Moi, called traditional herb due to its flavor, and also rich in vitamins and minerals. Bangpung, well known for the effects of a stroke and articular neuralgia, is a specialty of Gumo Island. Bangpung is a precious vegetable which grows only on the cracks of rocks in the outer sea. If you dry the bangpung in the salty ocean wind after boiling it fresh, it can easily be labeled a well-being vegetable in Gumo Island. Summers in Gumo Island is a visitor's heaven by definition. Jikpo Beach used to be the first settlement of Gumo Island, with a large 300-year-old pine forest. In spite of the beach in the center of the city, the place where clear water, clean air, and generous villagers live together, you can realize the real meaning of rest, healing your tired mind and body in clean nature. Another pride of Gumo Island is its remote places you can find yourself. It is well known for mountain climbing at Mount Daebu, which is 382 meters above sea level. The charming way along the stone wall and the cool and refreshing bamboo pathway, the continual dynamic scenery. The Gumo Islands like germs, as if putting the stepping stones on the sea, and the great spirit which you can feel on the top of Mount Daebu are something that you have never experienced before. That's the very reason why Gumo Island is selected as the island of mountain climbing. The The mountain climbing program offers many level courses, from a 1-hour course to an over 5-hour course to climb the length of Mount Debu. You can have fun with whatever choice you make, depending on your taste. Mount Maung is 343 meters above sea level, and there is a well-organized trail where you can climb to within 40 minutes from Jangji village. There is a 5-meter-high Pongsudae, which was built originally to recognize Japanese raiders top of the mountain. The charm of mountain climbing here is that you can have the pleasure of both the mountain and sea together. Besides, you'll fall in love with the attraction of the scenery of sunrise and sunset.
Gumo Island is a very nice green island and with small villages, and it looks a nice place to do some hiking.
Most people who visit Gumo Island within the 4 seasons are anglers, as expected. From April to June, Gumo Island is transferred into the best spawning place for the black porgies. There are elaborate rocks on the seashore, and well-known fishing places come into the spotlight as a fishing place in the outer sea. There is Suhang Island, a small island near Daeju village in Gumo Island, which passengers' boats don't come to. There are people where the island has given the strangers fertile land and home to rest their tired bodies so they could never leave. A scenery that a yellow ox pulls the plow through the field and a farmer cultivates the soil hard next to the ox is the everyday life in the village of the island. Your heart is choked with emotion as if you were seeing the home village of your youth that you have forgotten. The land is the forever dream of the island. Missing land which can be touched. The island constructing the dream bridge to the strong country in the ocean. The fruits of the people's sweat who achieved today's richness and prosperity, overcoming the obstacle by the sea. The island slowly takes a move, step by step, toward tomorrow. Slow Island. Why don't you rest your tired steps here in Gumo Island?